Yeehaw! Good morning, Hillbilly Rick campers. Hey, we're at the beautiful Weather Rock Campground. You notice the big fish they're just catching out of the lake behind me. Today, we're going to teach you about how to keep your pool dry while you're painting it. It's a very big problem because there's a drain in the bottom of it that has to let water come in underneath the pool. And if you clog that drain, your pool will come up like a boat and it'll break in half. Here you go, get ready. Okay, you notice how beautiful our pool is now that it's painted. Within the swim, Aqua Coat number 7170. You also notice we have numbers on the top. They're also on the inside. That's so people know how deep it is. Good morning, giraffe. Good morning, elephant. While you're painting your pool, you have to keep it dry. And after painting it, you have to keep it dry until then. You'll notice we have two hoses, a pump, and a towel. One hose is running water down to the pump to keep it cool while it's pumping. The other hose is pumping the water out into a drain. The reason there's a towel on there is to keep it cool so it won't overheat. In the bottom of your hole, there should be some kind of a pressure relief valve. This one has a plastic lid that snaps shut. When water builds up underneath your pool, this top will open, allowing water to come back in your pool. If you clog this with even a little stick, it will be the biggest mistake of your life if it rains. Now note we have a float switch, which is a rubber ball that goes down to the motor. And if we take this float switch and turn it over, the pump shuts off. And this is a pretty good deal if you're working down the pool and you don't want to get electrocuted. Ladies, you're at the beauty shop. You're wanting to find out what's underneath what your hair looks like. Well, underneath this, you'll notice the drain in the bottom of the pool. Let's see, it's letting the water back in. By putting the towel, let me get it here. All right. By putting the towel over the motor, it's helping to keep the motor cool, and it's also to help pump water out so the motor doesn't run dry. And if you notice, on the end of the garden hose is a little Y shutoff. We use this to spray water on the motor. We use this to spray water on the motor to keep it cool and to keep it from running dry while we paint the pool. So that's the end today of our tip on how to keep your pool dry while you're painting. Of course, don't do this at home without your mom and dad's permission. And if you got any questions, go to your local swimming pool retailer and ask them, because they may be able to help you. I use In the Swim, and I also use a store called Leslie's. Either of those, if they're in your area, are real fine people. And a big yee-haw from Weather Rock Corral and Hillbilly Rick. Okay, one more thing. This is the Y that we used on the end of the garden hose to keep the motor cool. We used the Y because it could spray water on both sides, thus getting the towel wet and the motor better. As always, if you've got any questions and you want me to answer them on YouTube, email me at hillbillyr@aol.com or go to weatherrockcampground.com and ask me your questions on life in general. I'll answer them for you. Yee-haw!